Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Happy Friday, 2 p.m. in the afternoon with Bill Wolter. Coming
Hey.
up right after the intro. And we are back. And I hope everybody's having a good Friday. How's your Friday, Bill?
Everything's going good so far besides the snow.
Yeah, that snow. I hate that shit.
Yeah, it looks like a blizzard out here because we got 20-mile-an-hour winds and it's been snowing regularly all day.
Yeah, see, I didn't even look at my weather at all. And then I got out of work. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, oh, come
Yeah,
on. I just got done shoveling yesterday.
I haven't even been up to the building yet, so I know I got to go shovel up there.
Oh, you don't have a guy out there to shovel for you?
Well, Rob goes over and does it for me every now and then,
Oh,
but
okay.
I like to double check on it myself to make sure it's getting done.
You
I'm
have
just
to
one of
get
those worry people.
get those cameras out there, get the wise cameras out there and see.
Yeah, I should do that.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, no one is in just yet, but they know we're live. I
Yes.
posted it a few days in advance already.
Now, are we
Um,
just live on Facebook or YouTube or what are
Facebook
you?
and YouTube.
Okay.
Yep. I haven't really gotten TikTok integrated in here yet.
Have you
So
tried the platform Twitch yet?
no, I have not tried Twitch. I know you got to pay so much a month to do that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because I know a lot of people are switching to that platform because they like it. Hi,
Yeah.
Denise.
Hey, Denise, how you doing? Hey, aren't you supposed to be working, Denise? No, just kidding. She knows I'll give her crap.
Hi, Melanie.
Hey, Melanie, how you doing?
Hi, Kat.
Oh, there's Miss Cat. I haven't seen her in a while. Nice to have you in chat, Cat. So, I guess let's start out by having you explain what your building is. There's paranormal exposures. What's up? That
Hey,
must be
Will.
William. And haha, I took the day off. Oh yeah, in fact, I think she had an investigation last night too. Um, so let's everybody kind of knows in chat here knows what your building is. So I guess kind of explain kind of the new things that have been happening in the building and kind of go over that stuff a little bit.
Well, right now it's winter. We are shut down. I will allow paranormal investigations. If you really want to brave the cold, that's up to you. I myself don't like sitting there in the cold, but I will do it. um, right now, we are preparing for Spirits in the Spring, the Paracon that's happening April 22nd. Um, we are preparing for a long, I don't know how you put it, a long, hard weekend.
Oh, I bet. Friday through Sunday, correct?
Yes, it's well, the Paracon itself is only on Saturday.
Okay.
Our vendors get to come in on Friday night, which in the price of the vendors, they're allowed to investigate the building on Friday night up until midnight. So we can get a good 6, 8 hours sleep
Who needs
before.
that?
Well, I know. Um, but there are certain paranormal groups that I'm allowing to stay actually at the building.
Okay.
Um, it's a very choice few because I don't need the extra stress of trying to take care of other people at the building.
Right.
Um, these people I know will take care of themselves.
Exactly. Yep.
um, but they're going to be allowed to investigate all night if they want to. I don't care. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to try to get sleep. Kids jump up and down on my bed all the time, so I need to try to control that.
Right. Right. Now, is Ron going to join you that weekend too, or not really?
We don't know for sure. He's having anxiety attacks about it, and
Okay.
when crowds of people are around, he gets over anxious.
Yep.
But yet, if you throw him in a situation of overcrowds, he has a blast. He just doesn't know how to control that buildup of anxiety.
That's
So,
okay. I mean, that's just we all have our form of anxiety. I mean,
right.
I have mine a little bit about the event coming up on the 11th, but
Right.
but it's small. I mean, it's out of my control, and what happens, what happens, you know?
Exactly. Take him on a trip to buy candles. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
right?
I'll let you do the with him on Friday.
Emotional candles.
Yes, they work. If I show up with a bag of Sensies, Ron is just all over it, and he's just loses train of thought because he's sniffing Sensies.
See, there you go. That's the way to do it.
But right now with the building, um, Nick Sarlo and the team that is running the paranormal paraconference, um, they were in there to do their show investigating and little teasers and trailers for advertising for the
Mhm.
thing. The building hasn't been used in over a month, so the spirits were more than anxious to play with them
I
and really
bet.
mess with them. Um,
Kinda get back in COVID days.
right, the kids wanted to play with me constantly. They were playing with every light on the table they possibly could. But anytime anyone brought a camera in the room, it was like, bink, every light would go off. But the minute the camera went away, bam, they were right there again, playing with the lights and stuff like that. Um, the first floor, the janitor was really quiet. The principal was really quiet. It was eerily like a silence.
Mhm.
So I told everybody they must be down at the bar drinking tonight because they know nobody's going to be there. So then we decided, let's do the third floor. Well,
Mhm.
the third floor was alive. They were getting, they'd turn a corner and something would be standing in front of them, and you could actually see the silhouette of the shadows.
Oh,
It
gee.
was it was weird. I mean, they had a door closed on them. They had a door open on them when they were walking by it. They had what we call our back crawler. They caught that running across the
Oh,
ceiling.
oh, the crawlers.
Um,
Jeez.
they did an Estes session where two people were sitting 26 feet across from each other in the room. And even though you were asking questions during the uh, Estes session,
Mhm.
the two people were different spirits
Hey,
talking to
Amy.
each other back and
Wow.
forth. So we couldn't get a word in edgewise between those two talking back and forth to each other under
Well,
Estes.
see, it kinda sounds like that the way how it was at, Edinburgh Manor with, Ethan and Kat on the bed
Okay.
that one time.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. And then the other proof to that one was when one person would speak, the lights would go in sequence to the other person. They light up the cat balls and the REM pod like they were running back and forth to each other.
Oh, wow.
And they'd constantly go in sequence back and forth and back and forth. So it's like something was passing in between them during this Estes session while they were talking back and forth to each other.
Right.
So that's new. I've never experienced that. I've never seen it. I want more people to come in and try new things. I want to know if this experiment will back up this experiment,
Mhm.
and I can pretty much deduce back and forth the different things that can go on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
That way,
yeah, I mean, I've changed my balloon style the way how I do it now.
yeah. Um, Now, see, the group that came in after you, GASPS, when they came in and did the balloon experiment, they got the balls to all light up in the balloons, and the balloons would wiggle back and forth
Hmm.
down in the janitor's quarters. But
Oh, okay, so
then,
they went that far with it.
and when they were in there doing that, I think the janitor got tired of it because he knocked the stands over when
Mm,
they left the room. He knocked all the balloons off the stands.
interesting. Well, see,
So,
now my tactic does work, so I did start
yes,
something.
you did start something. Um, but right now, our main concern is we are trying to get the areas cleaned out for the vendor tables and all the vendors to come in. We do have a new sponsor, which is T3 Productions, I believe it is.
Okay.
They do the Walking Dead conferences.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're actually supplying us with all our tables, all our chairs,
That's
stuff like
awesome.
that. Um, and they will be. at the conference. Um, we should. There are plenty of speakers. We did get Nick Simons and Aaron G. Thompson to come in,
Yep.
um, and of
Hey,
course
Scott.
Natalie Jones with Paraflix, the CEO of Paraflix. She's going to be there. Her partner in Ghost Girls, which is Patty Nagari, Hollywood's witch, she's also going to be there speaking.
Wow.
We have numerous other expedition entities going to be speakers there. Greg, uh, Travis Dahlhaus, and them, they're going to be speaking at the conference. We have 15 different speakers. We have we are going to open up our main stage for part of the speaker group, and then we have our old band room, which is just above the stage.
Yep.
That has, we are going to have other speakers speaking in there. I can't wait to see how bad their presentations are going to be upstairs, because that's where one of the elementals are and one of the really naughty kids are up there. So I can imagine their presentations, if they do with a projector, how bad the projector is going to flash on and off, and stuff like that.
Or a mic goes out. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So me and Marsha are planning on being down there for Saturday.
Yes.
So that'd be fun. And I think the rest of the team, Michelle is gonna be down there with Lori, and
Okay.
I think Scott is gonna come down if he wants to chime in or not. He talked about it. And Nathaniel.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we're the way this thing is exploding. I guess Nick has 7 actual radio slots that he's actually going to be interviewed on 7 different radio stations throughout Madison, Milwaukee, Chicago. So this thing could turn big, and I'm sort of scared of it.
Well, I mean, it's all for a good cause. I mean, it's
Yes, it
to
is.
help the building out.
It's to help the building. More over, all the donations for food are going to Broadhead's food bank to help anyone in the area that needs food, stuff like that. The rest of the monies collected, we are also donating that to certain charity organizations. I don't know exactly which ones. That's Nick's deal.
I'll
But
get
yeah,
that out of him when I interview him and stuff.
yes. With us, we're putting every ounce of money back into the building. We always do.
Yeah.
And Kat will be there. Yes, she will. And I can't
No
wait.
way. Are you serious, Kat?
Kat, were you guys going to be speaking there or no? I can't remember.
I think she's ready to slap me upside the head right now.
Oh, that's okay.
But
That's a norm.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her in a while, so it's like this is my only chance to talk to her and give her shit.
She's been in limbo and in hiding, basically.
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems like
She's been very busy with her house. Have you seen her house lately? It looks really nice.
Yes, her house looks beautiful now.
Yeah, it's looking really nice. But yeah, William and Kat's gonna be there. Nick and Aaron's gonna be there.
Ethan will be there. Ethan is actually working for me that day, according to Kat and Will.
Okay.
Nope, she's not a speaker. Okay. But that won't stop you from talking. I know that much.
Right.
Nice, Denise.
Oh yeah, yeah. If she could reach out and touch it, yeah, she would slap me. Yeah, she'd get a hold of me pretty good. But yeah, that's a good, and this is a really cool opportunity that the Broadhead's getting, and the community as well.
Correct.
I always like these things. So it's not too often that you get to see these kinds of events be this big, unless you're going way out to the West Coast or the East Coast. And
right now, see, I myself am experimenting. This is our first Paracon at the building. It's our first big event besides our haunted house. Our haunted house brings in 3,000 people. We have a blast. I'll let William take care of that. So we're doing this paranormal conference is going to be a new venture for us that we hope in the future we have to go with our haunted house. We want to have a horror con
Oh,
where we
very
bring in
good.
horror vendors and people like that from the horror industry. We'd also like to do a Renaissance fair this summer. For one
Oh,
weekend, have a Renaissance fair and a LARPing contest. We want to do a numerous amount of things to go
hmm
to venture out, just to have fun, because I love doing all that stuff.
oh, Marsha would love all three of those.
So we're this is the test, being early April, what our events in the summer are going to be.
hmm
Um, I know we're going to have car shows. I know we're going to have different things like that this year during the summer season. And I am proud to announce that just this morning, Ron and I actually decided we are opening the haunted house this year.
Ah,
We are going to take the time and rebuild it and hire the actors we need, get the structure we need to get everything in place, and hopefully open by the last weekend in September.
there you
So,
go.
for all
That's
you paranormal people out there, Broadhead Manor will probably be closed to all haunts during the month of October, or
hey.
all paranormal investigations.
Well, I mean, we got to take a break at some point in time.
Correct. Now, see, we're toying with the idea of having the haunted house during the night. You know, from our normal hours are for the haunted house, our hours are from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. because of noise ordinances and stuff like that. We're right in the middle of a neighborhood, so we got to be courteous to all our neighbors.
Right.
Um, so when we shut down at 11 p.m., we'll get rid of all of our actors and everybody out of the building and possibly open up the building for investigations after the night from midnight to 4 a.m.
That'll be
and
interesting.
give special discounts to everybody that would really like to do that.
Right.
Um,
Hey, Mike.
we, we did have our pricing set for the paranormal investigations this year.
hmm
We have now revamped our entire pricing.
Okay.
So everybody's going to be surprised. We're coming in lower. We're not going to go higher. Um, I would Our overnights are going to change. They used to be 125 a night. Now it's going to be 350 for up to 5 people for an overnight investigation. You know,
Awesome.
just a standard flat rate.
Yeah.
Um, we just thought that, yeah, the pricing was getting a little outrageous, but when you break down the insurance and you break down all the aspects of it,
Well, it's a
you
big building though, too.
we have to really take that into consideration first.
hmm
Then how much do we want? Everybody says, oh, you're just putting the extra money in your pocket. Darren, you know as well as I do, I don't put that money in my pocket. It goes straight back into that building.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just what stuff needs to be fixed and what needs to improve and all that stuff.
What is my hair routine? Shave it off. Love you, Mike.
That's funny. Yeah,
You're
I
getting
mean,
there too, so
you're the
watch
one
it.
that knows best at what your place needs upgrades and where it needs improvement and stuff like that. So it's, you
Correct.
know,
And this year we're going out on a limb and we are going to have the water turned off or turned on in there. So hopefully by this Paracon, we're going to have bathrooms inside the building for the first time in 5 years.
hey,
Um,
gotta start somewhere, right?
Mike's cracking me up. Mike, you got to get up there soon. I got to see you, buddy.
Yeah, um, he's got some stuff coming up this weekend. So, but that one I cannot announce. So,
That's good. I mean, more power to him. I love that he's still in the paranormal world.
oh yeah, he'll message you later what's going on.
Okay,
So,
cool.
but yeah, that'll be awesome. Having the bathrooms going and that way, no more quick trip.
I have no problem going to the bathroom at the building
I
because
don't
I
either,
know how
but
to flush. I know how to flush the toilets.
I mean, it's just one of those. Oh yeah, yeah. So you'll
I
definitely
gotta
see
get
me
it.
soon.
There we go. Thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, no, I don't have a problem either. You get people that's like, I don't know if I want to tinker with that. I'll just go to quick trip real quick and come back.
Oh, I know it,
But
and I know some people are just being courteous enough that since I take care of most of the toilets, I don't walk in and see the little logs floating and stuff like that. So
right, right,
to me, it's just grab a bucket and dump it in and walk away.
right. Absolutely.
Good idea, Denise.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't found any in the paranormal world yet. That's what my problem is. A
Well, you
lot of
got Jason Haas. You can just say, "Hey, Jason, come over. Take a break from
that
ghost
that
hunters.
would work. Yeah.
Roto-Rooter."
None of everything, according to what I've deduced in the building, because I know plumbing, I know electricity, I know carpentry, I worked in construction for 35, 40 years.
Hmm.
So I know all my basics. And everything that I've looked at and everything that I've investigated in that building, um, oh boy. I know there's going to be minor leaks from it
Hmm.
sitting so long, but I can fix those minor leaks. That's not a major issue for me. It's just actually getting a 1930s water valve to hook up to a 2022 water meter.
Oh yeah, that's a struggle. This is
It
me. Just come do it.
Yeah. And the prices we were quoted to do that, I just look at them and go, you've got to be kidding me. I can do this myself. I just am afraid. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
electrical is crazy. I tell you, it's scary. Just to do my basement here was going to cost me $4,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, forget that. I hired a mailman. He did it for 300.
Yeah. Now, see, I've done most of the electricity in my building because I have an electrician friend that I call if I have a question.
Hmm.
And then he coaches me through everything. Or he'll come himself and say, okay, you did it right or you did it wrong. And then he does the final inspection.
Right?
Cat's house needs an investigative plumber.
Yeah,
For your plumbing or the house's plumbing?
that's funny.
uh, but then he come and finalizes everything for the final inspections, and as long as he signs off on it and he's licensed and bonded and everything, the building inspectors go with it.
Yeah,
So we
I was,
been lucky that way so far.
that's funny. Oh yeah.
So
So how far have you? So now we were talking Wi-Fi last time we were talking about the building. How far is that going so far?
the Wi-Fi throughout the building, I've contacted 3 different carriers now.
Later,
I'm
Mike.
getting Gotta take care, Mike. Love you too. Um, we have to. I want to work with each one because their prices are outrageous for the
Hmm.
size of our building. Um, I've bought my own equipment for Wi-Fi. I actually bought a hotel router for Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
It's got 4 different channels. It throws out 1 gigabyte upload and download speeds.
Hmm.
I mean, it's huge, and it's got like 16 different antennas on this whole thing.
Wow. I never knew
So,
they had such a thing for
oh yeah,
hotels.
I'm running it in the house right now, and my internet in the house is just phenomenal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's something I need here.
I mean, we're it's nice because each channel, the 4 different channels that are on this device,
Mhm.
has its own password.
Oh, okay.
So if I have people that are waiting in line, I give them the password for their channel.
Hmm.
The people that are actually working inside the building will have their own channel. I will have my own private channel. And then investigative teams, if they're investigating during an event or something like that, they'll have their own Wi-Fi channel. So you're being separated into 4 different groups and you're not draining off each other.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I really like this device that I have. And then naturally most of these groups are like, well, that ain't gonna work for our system. Well, yeah, it is. It's all the same signal coming in. It's a copper wire, it
Hmm.
hooks to your cable systems, and it's a Wi-Fi internet service. You know
Right?
what I mean? Hi, Ron.
How's it going, Ron?
So, everything seems to be flowing along, and hopefully it's all hooked up by this Paracon. Um, there's a lot of work to do. I've got to
Yeah,
move pretty much 700 sheets of plywood to get them from the downstairs to the upstairs and out of the way for the Paracon.
that's a
Our
piece of
haunted
cake.
house, it's all the wood that built our haunted house. So,
Piece of cake.
yeah, 44 steps up, 44 steps down, 44 steps up, 44 steps down.
Oh, where's the elevator? I thought you had an elevator in that place.
We know that, Cat, and I really greatly appreciate it. Um, the elevator that's on the building is a great thing till I got inside it and measured it.
Oh,
It's 6 foot deep, 4 foot wide. That's not a problem.
yeah.
It's only 7 feet tall. So how do you put an 8 foot piece of plywood inside an elevator? You can't do it.
Just bend it slightly. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Easier said than done. Let's just cut them all in half.
Measure them all the length and then cut them and bring them up. Yeah, there you
Yep.
go.
But right now, the upstairs, so everybody knows and you're that's watching, the entire building is not being used for the Paracon. We're only using ground level, which is the gym, the hallways, and the cafeteria area.
Mhm.
Janitor area will be off limits. Um, there's a couple little rooms that are off to the side on the down. That's all going to be off limits. What we have set up for the haunted house is going to be off limits during the Paracon.
Yep.
For anybody that's doing investigations, the entire building is yours. That's after hours. That's our own private ghost hunting groups that are going out.
Mhm.
Also, during the Paracon, we are opening up half of the second floor, where we have our gift shop, where we have our FX room,
Mhm.
conference room, our condo area. We're opening all that up for vendors and private reading rooms and stuff like that during the Paracon. We're going to have private readings, from tarot to basic mediums doing readings and stuff like that. Um,
Nice.
we're also, from what I understand, going to have
So,
that'll work.
right.
Hey, I can call it the school or Broadhead High School.
Yeah. Might as well
Cool.
make use of it.
We are going to put an ad out here come within the next couple of weeks for local volunteers to come help us at least try to get the stuff situated.
Mhm.
Um, it's a lot of stuff. Well, Darren, you've been back in that back cafeteria area. It is packed tight with a big. We got Bobo's ice
I don't
cream
even
truck
want
in
to
there.
think about it.
I know we got Bobo's ice cream truck in there. That has to be taken down, moved upstairs, and rebuilt.
Oh, wow.
You know, we have all that plywood, all those frames, all those. Just so
Mhm.
much stuff has to be up and moved so we have the space for the vendor tables.
It's going to be a new look for the building.
We were also talking about painting everything, but with no heat in the building, we really can't. That would be awesome. I'll talk to Ron and set that up. uh, we were talking about painting the cafeteria and stuff like that, getting it to the colors we wanted, stuff like that. You can't do it. It's only 45 degrees in the building. You can't
Oh,
paint
yeah.
in 45 degrees.
It's got to be
So,
60, 65 above.
right. Why throw the paint down just to have it peel off and have to redo it later? I
Mhm.
want it permanent.
Right. No, I get that because that's a lot of work. Painting is not easy work to do.
But again, you have the people that want to see the abandoned look of the building.
Mhm.
So we're trying to cater to everybody. It's
Yeah,
hard to do.
it is. It is. And people just gotta understand, like, hey, you once you own a haunted location, you'll understand what we go through. You know,
Yeah.
so
Um, I want to make the building pleasing to everybody that comes in.
Hmm.
I want a clean look, but an abandoned building doesn't have a clean look.
No.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So we're keeping the boiler room looking like it does. We're keeping the old cobblestone rooms, the limestone rooms, we're keeping those with that look.
Hmm.
Rooms that have fresh plaster and stuff like that, we're going to repaint them just to update the look.
That's
We're going to use the old Victorian colors and the Gothic colors and stuff like that. But we want it to look fresh. We don't want it to look dilapidated.
right. I mean, you painted the second floor already, haven't you?
Most of the second floor is painted, yes.
That's what I thought.
So we kept the old look, and you've seen it.
Hmm.
It still looks old, but yet it looks new.
Right.
It's
And
got two different looks.
it looks all good to me. I mean, it's just when we're there investigating, it's we all get tunnel vision and we're right doing what we're
Right.
there to do, you know.
And all of you guys walk through and turn off all the lights, and I can't understand that. Why would I want to walk into a wall when I have a perfectly good lit area with a light that I don't have to walk into a wall?
And the thing is too is like, investigating during the daytime, you can get just as much
Yes,
during the
Kat.
daytime as you do at night. And sometimes I think your building, I think you said you get more during the daytime than at night.
Yes, we do.
But I think when it comes to nighttime, things change a little bit. The demeanor changes a little bit. Atmosphere changes a little bit. Um, and think that's why we just go lights out, and Cat can say something too about it. Easier
That
to
is
see the
true too.
lights.
Yeah, Kat, I understand that.
Yeah,
Um,
because a lot of the toys that we use, I'm gonna say toys, um, do have lights,
yes, I do.
and that's just for our benefit to say, hey, we got a
Hi, Lori.
response to what we were. Hey, Lori. So we get the responses, and people can see that we're getting the responses.
Right.
So,
I understand that.
mhm,
Um, Now, see, when I walk through the building, I can walk through lights off, no flashlights, because I know the building.
right.
And it's like I see better in the dark. You know,
Hey, Tom.
but like when you're trying to catch the shadow figures and stuff like that in our building, I've caught more shadow figures with the lights on than
Hmm.
with the lights off. Oh, I know Elizabeth's still there. She still plays every day with me. Every time I'm up there. Her favorite game is hide and seek.
I kind of wonder, and as they're talking about hide and seek and stuff, do any of your spirits like to play like board games at all, like checkers or anything like that? Have you tried something like
That
that?
I don't know. You were going to be the one that was going to do the playing cards and the checkerboard and something else. You said,
Yep, I have to get a checkerboard with me, but I do have the playing cards and stuff. So
okay,
I think I just at that point in time, I think I got tired. We got mixed into everything else, so then I lost sight of track what I wanted to do. But
right.
definitely next time when I'm there, I'll be uh,
I
going
know they like.
live.
I know they like to play with tennis balls. I know they like to play with various different balls that are there.
Cat
Uh,
balls.
the big, yeah, the LOL Darren tired.
I do get tired once in a while. Hell, last
You should
investigation,
say
I
that
went to
about
bed at
Cat.
3:30.
You should
So
say that about Cat. She never sleeps.
no, she don't. I don't know how that girl does it, but she does it.
It's weird because during the summer up at the building, I go with no sleep all summer long. And then as soon as I get to the point of November, I come home, I take my 2 months off, and I can't get enough sleep.
No.
I constantly just want it. I wake up in the morning at 10, I go take a nap at 1, I wake up at 4, I eat dinner, and I'm ready to go to bed by 8 o'clock.
I'll have to take up on your offer there, Tom. I didn't know you had one there.
There you go.
So,
Felix.
I don't know.
I don't know
I'll
who
have to
Felix
ask
is.
Lori because Lori will be there. So maybe if Lori wants to bring Felix, she can if she wants. But so far, I think Felix is doing okay.
What's Felix?
Felix was a doll that Cat gave me, and I had it in the back over here.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
Yeah, and then I shipped her up to Watoma, and she's sitting at the museum there for the last since December when we were there last. So see what happens out of that. If it gets haunted, then Cat can have it back.
If you guys like coffee with extra caffeine, I just got some one of our bands that comes play Casket Robbery.
Oh
They
yeah.
they came out with their own line of coffee now, and it's max caffeine. That's what I'm drinking right now. It tastes really good, but man, does it got a punch.
Oh jeez. Felix will play in February.
There you
Yes, she
go.
will.
Yes. I got a small sample in the mail, Cat,
There you
and
go.
I got the whole bean, so I ground it myself, and I added a little bit into the pot just to try it. Just, just one cup. I was awake for 5 to 6 hours.
Oh jeez. None of this shaking.
Nope. It was nice and smooth and rich, and oh, like I
Man.
call it, I make Mississippi mud anyway, so
Okay.
it's really thick coffee.
Yeah, I drink Monster in the morning every once in a while, and I find myself around 10 o'clock. It's like my body feels kind of weird,
Yep.
and I suck on that thing. It's like I don't drink it real fast, so like I take 3 hours to drink it because I'm
Right.
working. It still manages to get me yet,
Oh boy.
but I digress. So, but so the Paracon now that's happening April 22nd.
Yes.
Investigating is on the 21st for those vendors that are there.
Yeah.
And
And
what's going
we
on
are
Sunday?
Sunday, we open the doors at 10. Or no, Saturday, we open the doors at 10 for the Paracon.
Mhm.
It's $10 a person if you bring 4 canned vegetables or canned something or boxes of macaroni and cheese, whatever you want. It's 4 non-perishable items.
Right.
You get in for $10. Otherwise, if you don't bring a donation of that, it's $20 a person
Okay.
to get in the door. You will be allowed to go in the gym area, the main hall, the cafeteria, and the half of the second floor. That's where all the vendors are going to be. That's where the speakers are going to be, and the music room. But the rest of the building will be off limits. There will be security guards, and if you're caught up there, you will be escorted out. We already had to make that strict rule.
No.
Because we just don't want people wandering around the building.
No, I mean you're there for the event, and that's what it's
There's
supposed
no
to be.
sense of it. Plus, I'm going to be giving during the day periodically. I'll give a tour of the building myself.
Ah, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it'll probably be $2 to $3, maybe $5 a person to go on a complete tour of the building, and I'll give you the history and I'll give you everything like that. Just an added bonus for me to make more money for the building.
Right.
Um, Hello, Marcia.
Hey, Marsha.
Ron sends his
Hey,
love.
must be working.
um, but during the day, there will be the speakers, of course. Nick has a bunch of other special stuff that he's wants the world's longest paranormal conga line to be going. Since our building is really music orientated, he has all kinds of different. He's got different events planned during the whole day.
Mhm.
I don't know how he's going to do it with all the tough schedule we've got going now, but I'm going to have the concession stand open where we're going to be selling water and pop and candy bars and popcorn and stuff like that. We're not going to have any major food items because I can't, I
I
have to
won't
serve
leave that
everything
station.
prepackaged.
I won't leave that station.
We're also, I've already got 3 food trucks that are going to set up outside our building.
Okay.
So people will be able to get food from them.
Oh,
That's one nice thing. One bad thing about the Paracon is we have to use porta potties.
oh, it's a
For the
nightmare.
general public, we will have 3 porta potties set up just outside the gym doors. So hopefully it's warm enough. Otherwise,
Marsha will
it's going to
have
be
to
a
just
cold
hold
seat.
it.
Oh, for Marsha, I'll make something happen.
Um,
um,
so what's going on with the now there is a contest going on. Is there about like um Michael Myers?
that I know nothing about. He's keeping that very secretive.
Hmm.
Meet Michael Myers, but I don't know, or if you can find Michael Myers and get a selfie with him, the best selfie wins a prize, or so. I don't know exactly how he's working it,
Okay.
and I want him to stay secretive with some things.
Oh yeah.
It adds to it builds the excitement of it.
Mm,
Um, as for me, I'm not doing anything but the tours.
okay.
I'm going to be helping anywhere I possibly can, but I have no planned events.
Right.
Actually, if Ron is there, Ron is going to be running a booth for Broadhead Manor at the concession counter.
Oh, so he's
Where,
giving out hugs too?
yeah, probably. But he's going to be booking our dates, booking our times. If anybody wants to book a weekend or a day or a night or anything like that, we are open 5 days a week now. We're open from Wednesday through Sunday. So, and Kat and William and everybody volunteered their help also, and I love it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And
No, if
she's
I could if
her and
I
her
could get
group,
down there, we would.
her and her group signed me up for 6 weeks straight.
Yeah, right,
Awesome,
Larry?
Larry.
Right?
um, their group is also one of the few that are going to be staying the weekend at the building,
Mhm.
seeing different paranormal activity when we have events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dan and Larry are another one that are probably staying the weekend with us. So,
I'll actually get to finally meet Dan.
yeah, if he doesn't bail on us on the last minute again.
Well, yeah, you never know about
I
work and
love Dan
stuff.
to death. I love Larry to death too. So
Yeah,
they're just two awesome guys that you can never ask for a greater friendship.
absolutely. Absolutely. Dan who?
Yeah, he's a tough man to get around or be around. He
Yeah.
can only show on a certain events because of his work schedule, and I understand that. And then with his health lately, it's really rough.
Oh, yeah, it's
So
been pretty bad lately. Yeah, you're right.
uh, Lexi's in the background doing her roles.
Ah, okay.
Jenny Coles will be there too, so that he can be replaced.
Oh my god. Well, you definitely gotta make sure that you, bring enough ibuprofen for her
Yes, the principal's gonna mess with her something fierce.
and a puke bucket.
Yep. um, but otherwise, I guess at noon we are opening the building up that Saturday night
Okay.
for 20 investigators to investigate the building. No more, no less. I think it's an added cost of, I can't remember what he said. I think it's $50 a person
Mhm.
to investigate the building from 8 till midnight ish. With my knowing me, I'll let it run over.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I have
Um,
generosity.
so now for the general year, though, for those investigating, people coming to investigate, are you bringing the limit down as far as that goes, like, for groups
No,
at one time?
if uh, if you're doing a standard 10-hour investigation, we'll allow 16 to 20 people
Okay.
investigating at a time because you can divide up into groups of 4 or 5 and still not see the whole building.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely right.
So
Absolutely right.
on overnights right now, all we can accommodate is 8 people comfortably. Even though
Mhm.
people investigate all night, I understand that they investigate from the moment they get there to the minute they leave. But if anybody does want to take a nap or sleep, we have to have the accommodations for them to actually take a nap and sleep.
Right. Right.
So we limit that to 8 people. Um, you can message me for pricing at any time. Like I said in the beginning of the show, we have lowered our prices. Um, we made it more affordable for people to come in because I want people to see the ambiance of the building.
Right.
It's totally different for every person that comes through there. Some of us are happy on the floor. We understand that, Cat, but I
Yep.
like to have beds.
Yeah, I just slept on the floor of the air mattress, so
Oh, I know. Um, but you know me, I like to make sure everybody is safe, happy, and well.
Yep.
I want everybody to enjoy themselves. I don't want them to come in and have a crappy experience.
Oh yeah. And the more happier you come in the building, the better the spirits are.
Oh yeah, if you come in just as Larry had a bed last time, yep. Um, but all in all, our group size, if you're doing the 10-hour, yes, we will accommodate up to 20 people.
Hmm.
I'd like to prefer to keep it between 12 to 16. It's more manageable.
Right.
Um, but when you come in, I'll give you the first tour. It takes about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, depending on how many questions there are.
What are those?
Once I get done with that tour, I sit in the gym. I'll watch a movie, I'll play music, I'll do whatever because our building is music orientated.
Hmm.
As you all well know this.
Yep.
The more music there is, the more activity you're going to get.
Hmm.
Um, it took us a little while to figure that out, but we have it in tune now, you know.
Right.
Uh, but you have free reign of the building the entire time you're there for your hours you booked. It
Right.
is yours. If you want me to come along on the investigation, I will, but I want you to experience it for yourself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's, yes, the spirits do tend to cling to me and run around with me in the building more, but those are just the kids. The older spirits we have in the building, they're going to remain on their own. They're their own entities.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they defy me constantly.
But I mean, and I like when I do investigations, like, Tom will come in, Lori, I'll have them be around and do investigations because they're the ones that are there all the time.
Right,
So I want to see that difference between with them there and with them not there.
right,
Lori goes outside, does the building change?
right.
Um, that's just one of those things that I think it's a benefit for both of everybody.
See, that's why during investigations, you'll notice I disappear sometimes.
Hmm.
Well, I run over to Quick Trip, I pick up donuts for everybody, or I pick up stuff, but I make sure I'm gone 15 to 20 minutes. And when I get back, I usually ask everybody, well, how was the building?
Hmm.
How was your investigation during this time frame? You know what I mean?
Right.
Was it different when I left as to when I'm here? You know,
Hmm.
different stuff like that. I've noticed that too.
Yeah. And your building actually does have a shutdown period too. I think what is it
Oh
once
yeah,
a day?
it comes up to 11 o'clock. I can guarantee you everything on your any device you have is gonna just come dead. It just dies. And then about 12:15, 12:30, things start rolling back in, and the bit everything starts ramping up from there until about 4 a.m. About 4 a.m., it's another dead period from 4 to 7. And
Yeah.
then it just seems like during the day, it starts at 8 o'clock and does not shut down till 5, 6 o'clock at night.
Wow.
It just keeps ramped up all day long because that's when I'm working. That's when I'm
Mhm.
having fun. I'm stirring stuff up every time I'm moving something. Every time I'm building something, I'm stirring something up.
Right. I
Whether
mean,
they're trying
that's go ahead.
whether they're trying to help me or not, I don't know. It's just they get stirred up.
Mhm. And yeah, and when you renovate a building and stuff, that stirs up the pot, and
Oh yeah.
so, have you had any more hand marks on the, um, I wanna
To
say
tell
the
you the truth, since last November, I haven't checked.
Mhm.
Taken pictures and checked them against the pictures that I have already. But I did notice that they are getting blacker.
Okay,
They're
so
getting
they're kinda
darker.
burning into the wood on the beams,
Yeah.
which is
So the ones we
unheard of.
have now are getting darker. But that could be weather, that could be aging, that could be anything of the sort.
Mhm.
Or it could be they're reprinting themselves and making themselves known more. We don't know. You know what I mean?
It'd be interesting to, like, kinda set up, like, an aerial camera on
When we
those.
get the security system set up throughout the building, I am putting one security camera aiming from the middle of the room so I can see all the beams at once,
There you go.
throughout the building.
And my light just died, so but,
I'm
yeah,
just
that's
losing the light
that's
from
gonna
my
be cool to
computer.
see how that works. So other than that, I think we got some pictures here. I'm gonna bring up the pictures.
Yeah, I sent
Um,
Darren the 3 pictures of the one shadow figure that I have actually caught myself.
so here's the first one.
You see
Um,
nothing in the door frame
yep.
off in the distance.
And then here's the second one.
The second one, you can see the shadow standing off to the side. It would be if you're looking at the picture to the right hand side of the doorway.
Yep. And the third one did not load for me.
Third one didn't load. Okay.
Yep. So
Um,
I was
but
hoping that it would actually during this time talking it would load, but apparently not. So sorry about
um,
that.
yeah, you can actually see
Oops,
off to
I'll
the
go down.
side the on the right hand side the distinct shadow on the side, the head, the shoulder, the
Hmm.
legs. In the third picture that I had sent you, it's actually even more defined. You can actually see a perfect shape.
Right.
But the sequence is a little off because I was actually with on a live with Kat talking
Hmm.
back and forth. We weren't on the live. We were just messaging each other back and forth. And I said, something's looking over my shoulder. And she's like, well, just hold your phone up and take a series of 10 or 12 pictures.
Hmm.
And then when these are the pictures I took, the first 2, 3 pictures, there was nothing there. Then all of a sudden, this picture appeared. Then the next picture was a little more defined. And then the third picture from there, there's nothing there again. That's the first picture you showed. There's nothing there.
Right.
That was
Right.
actually the third picture in that series.
Yeah. And that's probably why it's not showing up because it doesn't want to be seen, probably.
Yeah, our spirits do not like cameras.
Because it turned up perfectly on my phone. Seriously, it did.
Yes.
Let's see if
Kat,
I
you're the
can.
one that made me take the extras, and I'm so glad you did because that made it definitive proof. You even actually had me take pictures up close, and all of those pictures show that there's nothing in the background that could make that shadow. So it
I don't know.
defines that he's sitting there.
I don't know if it can. Oops.
No, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah. That's the third picture, I believe.
No, that was the first one. There's the second one,
Okay,
and
there we
there's
go.
the third one.
Oops.
Yep, I can see it off to the side better.
There you
You're
go.
good right there, Darren. Yeah, you can see the head more defined and the shoulder more defined.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean that's just one of those things that's like I said, it wouldn't pop up. It popped up on my phone, but it would not on. So your darn shadow person doesn't like my StreamYard.
And I think it's our spirit we call Hay because he hangs out in that doorway a lot. He loves to sneak up behind you
Hmm.
and just go, hey, right over your shoulder and scare the ever living piss out of you. I'm so used to it now, it doesn't even phase me.
Right.
We had a paranormal team in there that set up TV monitors all over. Can
There we
you
go.
hear me? Okay. We had another paranormal team set TV monitors up all over the gym, left a girl in there to monitor the TV monitors while they were all investigating. All of a sudden, she comes out in the hallway and she's like, she comes to me and points to me, you need to tell whatever it is to stop because it keeps coming up behind me and going, hey. And I'm like, oh, that's our spirit, hey. So I told him, stop. Well, I left the room. All of a sudden, I heard her scream one more time, and she's like, that's it. I'm done. I'm going outside. I don't want to even be in the gym anymore. You're freaking me out. And on an EVP, they caught something laughing. So it knows what it's doing, and it knows it's messing with you.
Right. Right.
So it's just one of our little tricksters.
Yeah. Denise, you got to get up here to Broadhead. I don't know if you've been here yet, but um, yeah, that's a lot of fun. So I'm
And
just checking my time here. My boy gets done at 3:30, so
6 minutes to we've been on for an hour.
yep.
Um, but yeah, we like last weekend, Nick Sarlo caught several shadow figures. What he showed on the one picture on our website or on our Facebook page, that's just one. But he caught several shadows throughout different rooms, all the way down and around.
Right.
Like I said, it's our building is strange. You'll come in, the first, second floor will be live, just totally alive, and the third floor will be dead. But then you come in other days, the third floor is just messing with you, and downstairs things are hiding. There'll be nights that only the gym have things going on in it. The rest of the building is dead.
Right.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, most people in general will get something if you're respectful. And I'm going to emphasize that to everybody. Be respectful. Don't call them out. Don't call them names. Don't
Mm-hmm.
get mad with them. Don't anything like that. They'll play with you.
Oh, they got me last time. Me and William last time.
Oh, yeah.
I
um,
never walked away so fast.
but if you want the kids to play with you, treat them like kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Play with them. Have fun with them. Be respectful with them. They'll play with you back.
Right.
And don't ask them hard questions. Ask them simple. Do you like red balls? Do you like blue balls? Do you like, you know what I mean? Just do you like playing games? Do you like playing hide and seek?
You know what pie is?
Yeah. Different things like that. Just
I always say, let's play Paratwister. I always like to say that.
William just stupid laughed at that, Darren.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. I don't even know what happened with the 2 cigars I brought in. It's like I had a feeling that they were gone, and no, they're still there. But the thing is I knocked on the door, and as soon as we opened that door, whoosh, bang, rang, and so I was like, oh shit, that was it. We turned around, and walked away. I said, thanks, see you later.
Yep. Things like that happen.
Yeah,
And I already told you about those cigars. One of them was gone, and one of them was on the floor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In the sump room. And I searched that sump room for the second one, and I cannot find it. I still can't find it in that sump area. I go down there quite a bit now because I'm trying to get myself acclimated with him, where he's more friendly with me.
Right.
I come in and show respect, and I cleaned up his area a little bit, and still told him I'm not letting anybody down there,
right,
unless he invites them down there. He's invited one person down there so far.
That's Ethan, right?
No, Tyler. From GASBS.
Oh, okay.
And he caught some really weird pictures that he has. I don't have them yet. Where he had a video going, and in that short video, something over his shoulder, you can hear it breathe out like a gasp of air. It just goes, and you see the fog roll across from his head, like it breathed out just a exhale right next to him, and you see the breath in the cold. And then you see what we think is an orb go across, and a mist appear on the other side of the room, because the orb, we thought it was dust, floating across, but dust doesn't go across and then shoot straight down. And then you see a mist come out of the floor.
Right.
So that could be something. Until I have definitive proof, I'm going to still call it as questionable. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'll tell everybody, I am a skeptic. I will try to call you out.
Oh yeah.
There've been a lot
of EVPs that I caught.
Right. And you caught some pretty amazing things.
Yeah.
So have Dan and Larry. So have Kat and William. They got Kat and William with our prized possession. I can't tell you what it is because I don't want anybody asking me to investigate it.
Yep.
But with one of our prized possessions that's locked away, Kat had a session with it that left almost everybody in tears. So it's pretty amazing.
It was.
Now, if the things that are on that are emanating into the building, that could be a scary situation.
It could be,
I think. Yes, because they only know death and pain. You know what I mean?
That was a wild session. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But again, I will keep that locked under lock and key, and only a few people will be able to actually see it.
Yeah. And that's a good thing because it's like you said, you just don't know what would happen if.
And to me, it's sacred.
Mhm.
It's a person's final resting place.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now, we do have an actual morgue table from the funeral parlor.
Mhm.
It's just down the street. So I'm wondering if the spirits from the graveyard that were on that morgue table are actually coming to that table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Would they venture there?
I still need to lay down on that, embalming table yet.
Right.
I was gonna do that last time, but like I said, things just kinda got crazy, and it's like I couldn't I lost track what I was doing.
Daring on the morgue table still needs to happen. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm not afraid of that.
I have the embalming equipment that goes with the table also from the
Yep,
50s.
yep,
So how many times, and with the actual hoses on it that were actually hooked up to people
mhm.
as they were embalming them. So did something residual stay with that? Who knows?
Right,
You know,
exactly, and
you
that's the
know,
thing.
there could be a lot.
I mean,
They
just
say
put the
energy
voices.
can't. They say energy cannot be killed or manipulated, or it cannot be dispersed.
Mhm,
So energy has to go somewhere.
it
That's
does.
my firm belief. Your energy stays where you
Mhm.
want it to be, I guess, after the afterlife.
Yeah, I mean, wherever you're most happy. I mean,
Correct.
um, it just throw the you put I think I would do is put a couple digital voice recorders around the thing, surround it,
Yes.
and then see what we get if we get something different in each recorder.
Right.
So that's an idea.
And with Larry, that's right next to the room that Dan was sitting on one of the church pews. I was sitting on the other church pew. Larry had left the room and still had the cameras going, and Dan and I are just acting normal. And all of a sudden, I got a super chill, and then Dan got the super chill, and then his meter went off right next to him.
Mm.
So it, that room itself is just amazing.
I
With
wonder if
the
he had his Geiger counter with him. Um,
I
that'd
don't
have been
know.
interesting to see how nuts that went.
Yeah,
I'm still looking at one of those, though.
one of the kids that works for the hunt has a real Geiger counter from 1940s.
Hmm.
Late 40s, early 50s. It also corrupted and he lost the audio. Yep.
You know,
Both Dan and I's mics stopped working at the same time.
wow, it's a lot. It's a lot of energy pumping out of there.
Right.
So,
So whether it was one of the kids or if it was one of an attachment from the um, morgue table, or if it was something, we
mhm.
just can't explain that one at all. And that's the same room that Dan said that was one of the first times he really got touched, besides being pulled over a fence. Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny, how you doing? So I've been catching her shows lately too, um, that she has on a podcast.
Okay.
So those have been interesting as well.
I'm so
Um,
busy that I just don't have. If I jump on a live, it's because I caught you right at the moment I'm sitting down at my computer. Otherwise, most lives that I get notifications on, I'm not in an area that I can get too much information. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And my Wi-Fi isn't good enough, or my signal isn't good enough. You're welcome.
absolutely. So, it's about a little after 3 o'clock here.
Yep.
Um, sorry, I mean, I got to get my kid down the road a little
Oh,
bit, but
not a problem. I'll be on with you again.
this was like I said, this is a fantastic interview always with you, Bill, because you got so much stuff going on in that building. You got so much different stuff each time you come back on.
We
So,
have 60,000 square feet. I just so everybody knows, not everything happens in one day.
nope.
I've been there for 5 years. My stories are from a 5-year period of time.
Hmm.
Possibly, Jenny.
I
I'm
told him
not
he's
going to
got to
tell
get
him
some
you're
poop
coming.
buckets ready for you guys.
I'm not telling him you're coming that way. You're shocked just as much as he is.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. So yeah, so you're gonna be a regular on this show. So we'll definitely
If
have you
you
on
guys
more
want me, I'll
than
be here.
yeah, it's and it's, you see how the comments fill up and people come in. So they're very
Right.
excited about your ability and they love hearing your stories. I love hearing your stories. Marsha loves hearing it all. Um and
You'll be there.
right, right. So but yeah, I'll have you on probably closer to, let's say, March. I'll have you back on
Yeah,
again.
let's shoot for mid-March.
Yeah, and then that way, if anything else new has popped
Yes, it
up,
did.
it did. So if anything new pops up and stuff like that,
Love you,
then
Kat.
thanks for joining us, Kat. So, yeah,
You're
we'll
always
pop
in
that up,
trouble, Jenny.
and yeah, we'll get you back on in March, and then we'll talk
Okay.
about that. I do have Nick Sarlo coming on in late February.
Okay.
So he'll explain more about Paracon and what he wants to release at that point. So and I'll have you on standby if you want to jump in while we're on the live there.
Okay.
Um, so other than that, yeah, crazy. Um, so other than that, I thank you all for joining us. Remember, if you don't have Facebook, you can join us on the YouTube channel on MGS Paranormal YouTube channel. And here on Facebook, it's Midwest Ghost Seekers, the Paranormal Brew, and BB3 TV Networks. I greatly appreciate you guys joining us this afternoon. I try to survive it. I try to get these interviews out as early as I can. Sometimes on Fridays, it's usually this early because there's other shows that are on the network. So you all have a great weekend. Like I said, thank you, Bill, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And I bid you all adieu and have a fantastic weekend.
Everybody have a great weekend.
So long, everybody.